Joining us this morning is Congressman Dutch Ruppersberger. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sarah.
Thanks so much for being here.
Sure.
Plenty of news out of Washington yesterday. Don't Ask, Don't Tell passing in a landmark vote. An identical version made it through the House last Wednesday. Your response?
On the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, it's really something that the military looked at and they studied and they made a determination it would not affect anything on the front line, Iraq, Afghanistan, and that's what we care about. You know, that bill really makes a difference as it relates to the issue of discrimination. We have people who are gay that have been killed. If they are buried, does that mean that they should have on their gravesite they're buried? So I think it's very positive. We move forward. The military, the Department of Defense, and the head of the Joint Chief of Staff said this would not negatively impact on what they do as warfighters, and the bill passed, and I'm glad that it did pass.
Now, conversely, the DREAM Act did not go through, which would have provided a path to citizenship for children of people here illegally. Was that a major blow?
Not a major blow, but it's something that should happen. The issue of immigration has to be dealt with. Whether you're on the left or the right, if we don't do something, immigration gets worse every day, every year. And one of the first things we have to do is secure our borders. We are one of the most powerful countries in the world, and we can't secure our borders, whether it's immigration, drugs, or terrorists coming in. So we have to find a way to make people legal. It's unfortunate that these young children that came in, the military asked us to pass this bill because they want to recruit these individuals, and if these individuals become legal, they will be taxpayers, and this is important. They have nowhere to go. They came in as individuals under the age of 13, and they have a path to citizenship. This is not amnesty, but if we don't do something about immigration, it's going to keep tearing our country apart. It's not right, and we need to move forward on immigration one way or another.
Okay. The Bush tax cuts were extended another 2 years, and President Obama said it was true bipartisan accomplishment there. Would you say that's a huge step in the right direction when it comes to everyone working together?
I think it's a great step, and I think that's what the public wants. The last election was very volatile, and one of the things that I saw when I was out and campaigning and meeting with my constituents is that people want Congress to work together. They're tired of the bipartisan, the partisan politics that exists. I'm tired of it. It's not the way that I grew up in politics. When you're elected, the people have spoken. Then you come together and you work together to get things done. And I think this is the beginning, and I hope it's the beginning of what we need to do in the future. We have to take care of the issue of jobs. We have to make sure that we improve our economy. And we're not going to do it if Congress doesn't come together, and both sides have to be willing to understand they can't have everything that they want, but they have to come to a consensus, and that's what happened in this bill. Unfortunately, there were some on the left and some on the right that were still holding out, but in the end, I think we came together, and I feel good about where we're going with respect to our country.
Okay. Also front and center, and something you've been very vocal against.
Ravens? You talking about the Ravens? Oh,
yeah, we'll get to the Ravens for sure. WikiLeaks already preparing to release some more classified documents. How big of a threat is this?
It's a big threat. I'm chair of the Technical Tactical Committee on Intelligence, so I focus on a lot of the national security, what NSA does, the cybersecurity, all of these issues that are out there. One of the best defense against terrorism is intelligence, and we get intelligence by working with other countries, our allies, getting information so that we can find out where the bad guys are and to protect our country. And when this type of information comes out, it hurts our relationships, our ability to recruit individuals who give us information. As an example, when we had the last terror incident about terror attacks where they were going to use airplanes to start blowing up airplanes, Saudi Arabia helped us. They gave us information, and we followed through. Other countries and other people are not going to give us that information. This could cause people to be killed in other countries because they're cooperating with us. Cybersecurity is serious. The public doesn't know as much as they should. China, Russia, Al-Qaeda, hackers can come in. They can deal with our bank accounts. They can affect our grid systems. What we do here right now, our electrical systems, we have to focus on intelligence, and we have to make sure that these kind of incidents don't occur in the future. And what really occurred, and we get briefed on this, is that there was a breakdown. There's no way that a private who was out in the field should have had access to the information that he had, so that this leaked all over the world. And we're going to have major negative impacts. We're working on it now, but it really highlights how we have to deal more in the computer age and cybersecurity.
On a much lighter note, the bad guys in town this weekend, the New Orleans Saints. What's your take?
They've got a great quarterback. We won. The bottom line is winning. We need to do more in the fourth quarter. I think that if we put more pressure on the quarterback, that will make a difference. The second thing that we need to do.
You're trying to take Jerry Sandusky.
Well, who knows? I mean, after politics, I love sports and I love the Ravens. Offensive line, they have to find a way to protect Flacco, and Flacco's got to release the ball a little bit quicker.
Okay.
And I think that'll make the difference. And I still predict that we will win. We're going to be home. The crowd needs to yell and scream for our Ravens, and that will make a difference.
The only way to stay warm.
And plus, New Orleans plays in a dome, so this cold weather is just to our advantage.
Right, exactly.
Go Ravens.
You got your purple on, Congressman Judge Rivers-Berger. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye-bye.
And don't go away. We'll be right back with more news in a moment. First, here's NBC's David Gregory with a look at what's coming up on Meet the Press. Good morning, David.